Say welcome to everybody as we are going to do a preview show for the new league called the BB2 Champions League. It is a league that Sir Madness has gotten started. The whole premise of it is to pull the champions or runner-up and champion from each league's last season run, if possible. If not, then get previous season's champions. The whole premise is to get all the champions of all the leagues together to play a short season and then a tournament to see who the champion of the champions is. So that's the basic gist of what's going on here. Right now we have a ton of participation leagues that have bought into this and want to be a part of this. For the first season, which is just getting ready to start, the total number of leagues participating is 33. 33 leagues from around the world. They're all over the place. Some leagues I've heard of, some of them I haven't even heard of before, but very good turnout for the first season. And each league, like I said, can send 2 representatives. For our league, one of the leagues that I admin in primarily, the Goblin League, we're sending the last season's champion, Novcaster, and our other coach is Detox, who was the champion in the previous 4 seasons, I think. 4 or 5 times he run back to back, I can't remember, but he was finally dethroned last season by Novcaster. So our last 2 active league champions are the representatives for Goblin. So what we have here is we're going to have groups of 6. Each group of 6 will play their opponents one time for a total of 5 games. That's in the group stage. So that will take 5 weeks of play. Each week runs 1 week, or each round will run 1 week. Normal league structure in that sense. And then after that 5 games, the 16 best teams will make the playoffs. The 16 champions of each division, and which I believe there's going to be 11 divisions, so that will leave 5 second place teams. I'm assuming that's how Sir Madness is going to do it. The top 5 second place teams will be the next 5 in. He could potentially do the next 5 just best teams, so if 2 of them came from the same division, it's possible. Just kind of depends on how he's going to set that up. I'm not really sure how he has decided to do that. My guess, though, is it will be the top 5 second place finishing teams. So that's how that'll work. The playoffs will be a 16 team playoff, I believe. Let's just go check real quick and see. Yep, 16 teams. So that is the format there. Normal playoff, or normal structure within the games with points. A win gets you 3, a draw gets you 1, a loss gets you 0. For the team structures, each league's 2 participants could not bring the same race. They each had to bring a separate race. The races are split into tiers, and this is a strictly resurrection tournament, so no injuries stick, no SPPs stick. You reset your team every game, and you start with the same roster that you're starting with in week 1. It's the same roster all the way through. The tiers are split into 3. The tier 1 teams are Amazons, Bretonnians, Chaos Dwarves, Dark Elves, Dwarfs, Lizards, Norse, Orc, Skaven, Undead, and Wood Elves. Tier 1 teams can get 4 normal skills, no doubles. You cannot take any stat ups. Each player can have a maximum of 2 skills. 2 skills added, I believe. And your beginning team value can be 1100. So you can build your team up to 1100, then add your skills for your tier package that will take you up to a maximum TV value. So tier 1's maximum TV value will be 1180. They start at 1100. They have 4 regular skills at 20k apiece, puts them at 1180. Tier 2 teams are Chaos, Elves, High Elves, Humans, Khemri, Necromantic, Nurgle, Underworld, Kislev, and Vampires. Tier 2 teams are allowed to get 5 skills normal and 1 double, so a total of 6 skills, 5 at normal will be 100, and then a double's 30, so that will put you at a total value of 1230. And then the tier 3 teams are your normal 3-tier 3 teams: halflings, goblins, ogres. You get 4 normal skills, 2 double skills. Your ending TV will be 1240. I don't expect we'll see any of those guys. I feel personally that that tier is a little bit lower where it should be. The skills at that point really don't matter, but they should be able to get inducements and star players, and that'll lead that into the next set of rules that no inducements are allowed, no stadium improvements are allowed. It'll be 3-minute turns, but no inducements. So that hurts the halflings from getting the Master Chef, and that hurts the goblins from getting the bribes. I feel like if the tier 3s had access to those inducements, and those inducements only, then people would probably play them, or be more willing to play them, more likely to play them, to have fun with them. But this first season, they will not have access to that. So future seasons they could. We'll see. So that's the rules. Like I said, we have 66 participants this first season, which is a total of 33 teams. So or I should say, Sir Madness did the draw today for the group stage, and we're going to do a preview of each group. So here goes. I have not seen any of these. I'm seeing these the first time with all of you guys. So this will be fun. No team. Oh, they probably haven't sent tickets in yet, have they? Aha. All right, so let's look at the group here. It should be listed out here. Now let's start by scrolling down and see what the first division looks like. So you see here, we actually have the playoff set up. And we got Group 1. So in Group 1, we have Astro Wolf, who is, hold on one second. Get one more thing set up here where I can see all of the teams. Come on. Okay. There we go. Alright, so we got Astro Wolf, who is running. We're going to talk who he's playing for and who he's running. We won't be able to view the teams unless, well, I guess we could. We could go into Blood Bowl and actually view them, but I'm not going to take time to do that. 66 teams will take forever. So, Astro Wolf is playing for, see if we can find him on our list here. He is playing for Quebec BBL, so he's a Canadian league. And he is playing as Lizards, I believe. Yeah, he's playing as Lizards. You can see that there. And the team name is that, and he is the runner-up of the BBQLO. So we got a Lizard Man team. We got Mudara, who is playing Wood Elves. And he is from Spain. He is representing Discordant or Discordante. Make sure that that's actually what that symbol means, that that's their league name. Yep, Liga Discordante. He is the winner of Liga Oro. I guess that's one of their divisions. We have Nias Yap, who is playing Wood Elves as well, and he is from Spain. He is representing, I have no idea what that is. So let's see if we can find him here. Nias Yap. Nias Yap, sorry, not Yap. Tyrandodatos is the league that he is representing. After him is Novcaster. This one I know. He's representing our league, Goblin. He is playing Orcs. And he, as I said, was the champion last season for our league. And then we have another lizard team. Diatankisaurus. Nice team name. I like the team name. That's pretty funny. And then we got SG Phoenix, or Phoenix Winthar. Looks like he's British. And looks like the league he is representing. Let's see here if we can find that real quick. Serenity Gaming. So another lizard team. So 2 lizards, 2 wood elves. And then the last coach is Philip Proctor, who is also playing, or who is playing Chaos. And he is representing, no idea who that is. That is Online Yorkshire. So he's British as well. So we got a nice mix of coaches here. We got a U.S. and a Canadian, so 2 North Americans. And then we got 2 Spanish coaches and 2 British coaches. We have 2 lizards, 2 wood elves, orcs, and chaos. Should be a fun little division there. Wood elves will probably have a pretty good advantage there, depending on how many tackle the other 4 teams would have. The lizards, I imagine, will probably have at least 1, maybe potentially 2. I haven't seen, or I did see Novcaster's team, and I believe he has 1, if I remember correctly. And then the chaos will most likely have 1, I would expect. But they could, the wood elves could cause a lot of problems there. So could be a fun one there. The only 2 coaches here or 3 coaches I know are Novcaster, Philip Proctor, and Astro. Astro's a good coach. Phillips, I know of him. I don't know him particularly well with his coaching ability, so I don't know how well he is. Novcaster is a very good coach, I know. The other 3, I have no idea anything about them. So, all right, let's go to Division B, or Group B. And in Group B, yeah, double wood elves is going to be gross, Detox, for sure. All right, in Group B, we've got Rhaegor, who is a very good coach. We got Svaho. We got Point Blank. We've got Cadet Tank, Godanier, and Bad Storm. So Rhaegor I do know. I've played against him in Orca-Cola. He's a very good coach. He is from Portugal. And like I said, he's representing Orca-Cola. And he is playing lizards. Svaho looks like he's Croatian, and he is representing the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. All right, nice. He is playing humans. And then we have Point Blank, or Fenaro Saragon. I don't know him. I've never heard of him. He is whatever flag that is. I'm not sure what flag that is, to be completely honest. He is representing the Mad Academy. Is that the French flag? That might be the French flag, I don't know. But he is representing Mad Academy, and he is playing lizards, so 2 lizards in this league as well as 2 wood elves, so a lot of wood elves. 4 lizards and 4 wood elves in 2 divisions. So the 2 wood elf teams, we have Cadet Tank and Bad Storm. I have seen Bad Storm's name before, but I don't know a whole lot about him. Cadet Tank is an American, and Bad Storm is, I have no idea, Italy, I think. Yeah, I think that's Italy. And so Cadet Tank is representing BB Premier Network, and Bad Storm is representing Salento League. So that's the 2 Wood Elf teams. And then the last team is a Undead team. No. Yeah, and that's not Kimry. That is, I think that could be Necro. It's either Necro or Undead. I don't remember on that. He is French again. I believe that's the French flag. And he is representing... he is representing Magic's League. So let's just go see real quick what that... team icon is. I don't remember off the top of my head. I believe it's Undead or Necro. It's not Undead. It's definitely not Kimry. Where's the Necro team? Did I go by it? There's Necro. Actually, it's not any of those. Maybe it is Kimry. No, that's the Necro icon. Yeah, that's the Necromantic icon. Yep. Alright, so we got two lizards, so back-to-back groups A and B, both have two lizards and two wood elves. Not a very good mix so far for those other teams in those divisions, unfortunately. Having to play wood elves and lizards 2 different times. Alright, so Group C. We have Moot Slinky, myself, Detox, Ugg, Mirabay, and Krasimir. Huh, another 2 wood elves. At least there's no 2 lizards in this one as well. That'll be good. So Moot Slinky is playing one of the wood elf teams. He is American and he is representing... I have no idea whose league icon that is. Looks like Crippled League? Yeah, the Crippled League. The second Wood Elf team is a Spanish coach, Mirabay, and he is representing... he is representing Piel de Minotauro. So, not sure what league that is, but that's who he's representing. After that, we have 2 Necro teams. Detox's team in Goblin. Representing Goblin as the one of the past champions, and he's an American coach. And the other Necro team is Finland or Norway. I think that's... or Sweden. That's one of those 3 countries. I don't remember which. He is representing... ICBBL. And that is Krasimir or Hefalicious. I've never heard of him, so I don't know anything about the coach. And then we have a Kislev team. Nice. So we do have a Kislev in the house. And that is Coach Ugg, who is... I'm not sure what flag that is, what nationality that is. Yeah, it doesn't say up there, so I have no idea who that or what nationality of flag that is. But he is representing the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. So that's the second representative of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Coach Ugg. I feel like I've seen that name before, but I don't know much about him. And then myself, of course, American, representing Twitch Blood Bowl League and playing Kimry. So we got 2 Necro, 2 Wood Elves, a Kislev, and a Kimry. Could be an interesting matchup. The Kimry could pose a little bit of a problem for me with the Claw against my Tomb Guardians. They could have a good chance of getting the Tomb Guardians off if they can actually get hits on them. The Wood Elves are always tough, but I usually don't have a hard time with Wood Elves when I play Kimry. Usually. Sometimes I do. But I tend to have pretty decent games against them. I do have one tackle piece to hopefully be able to manage some of the dodge that they have. The Kislev will be different. They're an interesting team to play against. So this should be an interesting league, an interesting group here. Should go pretty fun. Oh, I'm sure it is very small. Yeah, I know I've seen the name before, S. Hunter. I'm not sure how he is as an actual coach. Yeah, so far we've got 3 divisions and 6 Wood Elves. Each division has 2 Wood Elf teams. So, not good that there's this many Wood Elves going around. Alright. Group D. We have Caltroop, Galaxy, Hugo Halle-Berry, Alexandriano, Soulforged, and Tough. I do recognize Caltroop and Galaxy and Soulforged in this one. I don't recognize the other 3 names. And it looks like we have only 1 Wood Elf team in this one. Oh, we got 3 humans. That's interesting. And then we got a Dwarf and a Necro. Nice. So 3 humans in this league, or this group. So let's go through the 3 humans first. We got Tough, who is representing Tyrandodados. He's the second representative of that league, along with Nias Yop. And he is from Spain, it looks like, playing a human team. We got a Canadian, Alexandriano, who's representing the Quebec League, Quebec BBL. And he's playing human as well. And our last human team is Galaxy, who is representing... Which league is that? What was his name again? Galaxy. I forgot who I was looking for. I don't see that on there. Oh, there it is. He's the second representative of Magic's league. So that's the 3rd human team. The Dwarven team is a Spaniard, Caltroop, and he is representing. We had that league earlier. The Piel de Minotoro. So he's the second representative of that league. The Necro team in this division is Belgium, I think, on that flag. And he is representing, the Belgian Bowl League. So I did get that flag right. That's nice. And then we got a Wood Elf team. That's a Spaniard. Soulforged, a very good coach. And he is representing... Liga Hispania. So that's going to be a fun division as well. The 3 human teams makes it a very average division as far as teams go, right? Because that's about as average a team as you can get. The Dwarves will make it a little interesting on the Wood Elves with all the tackle. And the humans might have a hard time with all that tackle as well with the catchers. The Necro, they're just kind of there in the middle of it. They could go either way in that one. Alright, so Group E. Alright, in Group E we have Pastique, Vigente, Ungern, Crazy Blood, Thor, and True Pika. I know Ungern, I know Vigente, I know Crazy Blood, or I know their names at least. I've seen them in the game. I don't know if this is the same Thor I've seen before or not. Could be, could not be. We got 2 humans. We got a Wood Elf. We got a Necro. We got another Wood Elf. So we got 2 humans, 2 Wood Elves, a Necro, and we have a Nurgle. Our first Nurgle sighting of the league. So let's do our 2 human teams first. We have Pastique. I'm not sure. I'm probably butchering the crap out of it, and if so, I am sorry. But he is representing the JOL. Jeu Online. Jeu? I don't know French, so I'm doing the best I can, guys. Sorry about that. He's playing one of the human teams. The other human team is from Italy, Crazy Blood. And he is representing the Xena Extreme League. Xena Extreme League. Alright, and then we got two Wood Elves. One is Switzerland. Yeah, that's Switzerland. And then the other Wood Elf coach is that? I don't know which one that one is. Yeah, I'm not sure where Thor's from. The Switzerland coach is Vigente, and he is representing BB Tactics. Nice. So that's one of the BB Tactics players. Should be a good coach. The other Wood Elf team is representing the Deutsch Blood Bowl League. So Dutch, maybe? Maybe that's the Dutch flag. And the Necro team is Ungern, and he is representing the Franco Bowl. And the last coach in this league is the Nurgle coach, True Pika. And True Pika is from Belgium, and he is representing Oh, I must have missed it. Oh, there we go. He is representing the Van Diest League, or Van Diest League. So, that league, we got two humans, two Wood Elves, one Necro, one Nurgle. So now, in the first 5 leagues, every league except for one has had 2 Wood Elves in it. Alright, so the next league, or group, is Group F. Group F is SG Ryu, Swassen, VDL Swassen, Diomed, Big Chuck, Few Follett, and Obsidian. Diomed and Obsidian, I've seen the names before, and I know that they're pretty decent coaches, so those are the only 2 that I really recognize here. The first league that does not have a Wood Elf team in it. We have Chaos, we have Underworld, we have Necro, we have Dark Elves, we have Lizards, and we have Pro Elves. Wow, a Pro Elf team for Obsidian, that's nice. We've got an American, a Brit, we have 2 of those guys, French I think, and we have 3 French, and then we have whatever flag that is. I'm not sure what flag that is. So the British coach, SG Ryu, is representing the Serenity League. Serenity Gaming, sorry. He's the second representative there. And he is playing the Chaos coach, or Chaos roster. Playing the Underworld is one of the French coaches who is representing the Van Diest League. He's the second representative there, and that's VDL Swassen. Diomed is representing Rubel. That's easy enough to see and determine. He is playing a Necromantic team. Big Chuck is the lone American here, and he's playing Dark Elves. And he is representing the Windy City Warmongers. River City Warmongers. Or, sorry, Windy City Warmongers. Must be a Chicago-based league. And then the last 2 coaches are both French coaches. One's coaching the Lizards, one's coaching the Pro Elves. We'll do the Pro Elves of Obsidian first. He is representing BB Bastion League. The BB Bastion League. And then Few Follett, playing the Lizards, is representing. We'll have to find this one here. He is representing Krug Gaming. Alright, so a pretty good mix there. That's probably the most diversely mixed group that we've seen so far. No double ups on races, so there will be no mirror matches. 6 unique races: the Chaos, the Underworld, the Necro, the Dark Elves, the Lizards, and the Pro Elves. Couldn't remember what that last one has. Yeah, I would not expect to see any Tier 3 teams either, Oni. Alright, so we are through 6 groups. So we've gotten through 36 teams. We got 30 teams left. 5 more groups. Oops, and there's Group G. In Group G, we have Onigoku. We have Mark Mayo, Golgothan, Vincent PL, Julian, and Stringer Bell. Stringer Bell we know is a really good coach out of TBBL. He's the other representative with me out of the TBBL. Oni we know is a really good coach. I feel like I've seen this Golgothan before, but I don't know anything about him. Another pretty decent mix of teams here. We do have another Wood Elf team. We have 2 Necro teams. We have a Skaven team, our first Skaven sighting of the tournament. We've got Underworld. Oni's running Underworld. That's really nice. Oni plays a good Underworld team. And we have some Lizards. So we'll start with Oni. He is out of North America, or USA. And he is representing USAB and playing the Underworld. One of our other Americans is Golgotham. He's out of the Windy City Legends, and he is playing the Skaven team. And the third American in the league here is Stringer Bell, representing TBBL and playing Necro. The other Necromantic team is an Australian team, Julian. Never heard of the coach's name, so I don't know that much about him. I don't know anything about him, to be perfectly honest. But Julian, let's see what league he is representing. The BBL ANS League. Alright, and then after him, we got 2 teams left. We got the Wood Elves, which is, I'm not sure what flag that is. But Vincent PL is bringing the Wood Elves in this division. And he is representing the Polish Blood Bowl League. So I'm assuming that's the Poland flag, since he's representing the Polish Blood Bowl League. And the last team in this group is Mark Mayo, the Frenchman, I believe, playing Lizards and representing the Add English Invitational. Add English Invitational League. So there's our 6 teams in that group. Oni playing Underworld, Mark Mel playing Lizards, Golgotham playing Skaven, Vincent PL playing the Wood Elves, and Julian and Stringer Bell both playing Necro. Should be a good, tough division. Like I said, I know Stringer Bell and Oni are good coaches. And you have to, at this point, you have to assume all the coaches that are in this are good coaches and have won either tournaments or leagues at some point. They wouldn't be here if they weren't, if they hadn't, right? Because this is previous champions. Supposed to be previous champions. So if these guys were all good enough to make it to the league championship and win it, then you know they're going to be pretty good coaches. So there's probably not going to be an easy out in any of these matchups, would be my guess. All right, so Group H. In Group H, we have Mr. Apostoli, Neil Hack, Django, Tyra, RTSD, and Any Proxy. I know RTSD and Any Proxy are really good coaches. I've seen Tyra, but I don't know nothing about him. And I've seen the Nihiliac name, but I don't know much about him either. We got 2 human teams. We have 2 Norse teams, our first 2 Norse sightings. We have an undead team. No, that's actually Kimry. That is actually Kimry. We have a Kislev team, so a second Kislev team. I believe that's actually Kimry. Yeah, that is the Kimry sign. I thought it was. So, Kimry, 2 humans, Kislev, and 2 Norse. Nice, our first 2 Norse teams. And a good mix of coaches here as well. So we've got the Rubel coach, and that's the Belarus flag. And that is Any Proxy. He's representing Rubel, the second representative there, playing humans. The other human coach is Django, and he is representing the Deutsche Blood Bowl League. Alright, and then that's the 2 human teams. The 2 Norse teams, we have a Italy player, Mr. Apostoli. Makes sense, Vatican City beer lovers. Makes sense he's from Italy. He is representing the Salento League and playing Norse. The other Norse team is Tyra, who is a Frenchman, I believe, and representing the Franco Bowl. So that's your 2 Norse teams. Our Kislev team is Neilak, who is a Frenchman and is representing the Krug League. I don't remember the exact name of it, but let's see if we can find it here real quick. Krug Gaming for the Kislev team. And then the last team, the Kimry team, is RTSD. Interesting to see RTSD playing Kimry there. I've always known him to be like a Nurgle Chaos type coach, so we'll see how it translates into Kimry. I don't know if he's ever played him pretty heavily or not before, but we'll find out. He is a Britain coach, and he's representing Orca-Cola. So he's a second representative there. So good, not a really good diverse mix, but a softer hitting potentially as the Norse. I mean, the Norse can be heavier hitters, but they got low armor. The Kislev's a low armor team. Humans are pretty average. They got some low armor and some average armor. And then the Kimry, besides the Fortune Guardians, are pretty average armor. So yeah, it should be a fun group there. All right, Group I. 4 more groups, I believe. Group I, we are looking at 2 Gutta, Heliocentric, Conde de Tilly, Pancho Dive, Masker, and Doom. I know Heliocentric, and I believe I've seen the name with Doom before, but I don't know a whole lot about him. But Heliocentric, I do know he's a pretty good coach. So that should be, he should definitely bring some toughness there into that division. I was looking here, I thought I had, nope, I guess I don't. Oh well, anyway. Alright, so mix of races in this one. We have 6 different races, so this should be a fun, diverse league here. We have a Kimry team. We have a vampire team, our first vampire sighting. Heliocentric playing the vampires, nice. We've got a dark elf team, a wood elf team. We have a high elf team, our first high elves of the tournament, or the league. And we have an orc team. So this should be a really fun division here as far as diversity goes. Lots of good fun here with the high elves, the wood elves. The vampires are kind of strength and edge. 3 different wood elf team or elf teams: dark elves, wood elves, high elves. The Kimry and the orcs are going to have a hard time keeping up with all that edge, but they should be able to do some smashing, hopefully. The good thing about this is it's a resurrection tournament, so any injuries that you catch don't stick. Whew. And we got a good diverse mix of nationalities in this division as well. So to Gutta, the Kimry team, is a Polish coach, and he is representing the Polish BBL. Heliocentric from Great Britain, playing the Vampire team, is representing RPS. Not sure what league that is, but that's who he's representing. Conde de Tilly from Spain is representing the second representative from Liga Hispania, and he's the Dark Elf coach. The Wood Elf coach is a Frenchman, Pancho Delve. Can't tell if I think it's an L. Pancho Delve. He is the Mad Academy, I think. Yeah, the Mad Academy. That's who he's representing. The second representative there, playing the Wood Elves. The High Elves is from Argentina, and that will be representing Liga Discordante, and that is Masquer. And then we got Doom, who's a Frenchman, and he's representing a league we have not seen yet. Oh yeah, we have Add English. That's the Add English League. Yep. Add English Invitational. So really good diverse mix of races there. All right, a couple more divisions, I believe. J, we got Smako, Nosifer, or Dirty Basha, Dan Davies, Larry Croft, Liquor 34, and Mad Mons. We know Liquor's a good coach. I've seen the Dan Davies name before. I've seen the Mad Mons before. So I'm assuming that they're pretty decent coaches as well. All right, and here we have not a diverse mixture. We have two Wood Elves, we have a Dark Elf, we have a Human, and we have two Pro Elves. Wow, this is going to be a quick, fast, agi division here. 5 Elves, 2 Wood Elves, 2 Pro Elves, a Dark Elf, and then the Humans are just going to be getting circles ran around him. He may be Oni. I know the name. I recognize the name. So, wow, lots and lots of freaking elves in this division. That's good for the Pro Elves, though, right? Because he's not going to have to worry about taking a lot of heavy hits. Because these elf teams are probably going to be dodging away from each other for the most part. All right, so the lone Dark Elf team is an Italy coach, Smako. And he is representing the ICBBL. And then we got Nosifer as one of the Wood Elf teams. He is from Australia, and he is representing probably the second representative from that Australian league. Just have to find it to remember the name of it. The BBL ANZ League. That's one Wood Elf team. The other Wood Elf team is a Frenchman, Mad Mons, and he is representing the JOL, or the Jo Online, or Ju Online. Hopefully I'm saying that halfway right. So that's the 2 Wood Elf teams. The 2 Pro Elf teams, we got Dan Davies, who is British and is representing the Online Yorkshire League. And the other Pro Elf team is Liquor, representing the USAB League, and he's the American coach in the league. And the lone Human team is a Polish coach, and he is representing RPS, the RPS League with Heliocentric. All right, so 1 human, 1 dark elf, 2 pro elves, 2 wood elves. I'm glad I'm not in that group. That would suck. That group would really suck. All right, Group K, the last group. We have Valinor, Philadius, Superfed TV, Wolves in Exile, Ash or Ashrami, and Luke 4444. Philadius, I recognize the name. Wolves in Exile, I know is a good coach. Ashrami, I know is a decent coach. And Luke 4444, actually, I think he played in Goblin for a season or two, so be interesting to see how he does. We have an Italian player. Oh, for races, we have a Necro, a Wood Elf, 2 Dark Elves, a Human, and a Lizard. So we have the Italian is playing the Lizard team. That's Valinor, and he is representing the Xena Extreme League. One of our 2 Dark Elves is Finland, and it's Philadius. And Philadius is representing the BB Tactics League. He's a 2nd BB Tactics coach. And then the other Dark Elf team is Wolves in Exile, who is a Belgium coach, and he is representing the Belgian Bull. He's the 2nd team there, or 2nd coach to represent them. Our human team is an American, Superfed TV. He is representing the Blood Bowl Premier Network. He's a 2nd coach there. And we have a Wood Elf team and a Necro team. The Wood Elf team is from France, and it's a Ashrami, and he is representing the BB Baston League. And our last coach is the Necro coach, Luke 4444. He is from Canada. From Canadian. He is from Canada and is a Canadian. And he is representing Crippled. So he's the 2nd Crippled coach. And there you have it. That's our 11 divisions. Some divisions are nicely diverse or diversified, and should breed some good matches. Some are overly stacked, one way or another. One is almost completely wood or elves. Only one team is not an elf team. Not a lot of complete bash heavy teams. You wouldn't expect that though in a build like this, because it doesn't really suit them with as few skills as you get. This really kind of suits the more fast, agile teams. I'm kind of surprised we only seen 1 Skaven team. We didn't see any Amazons. I'm kind of surprised by that. Amazons are usually pretty decent in this format, because not enough teams have tackle by this point, unless you're a dwarf team or potentially a chaos dwarf team. We didn't see any chaos dwarves. That's really interesting. I don't remember seeing a chaos dwarf team. Let's see, what other teams were not? No tier 3 teams. We already had a good idea that was probably going to be the case.
Get out of here, Sierra. You know Sierra's in here, Sam?
No, I didn't.
Hey.
She sneaks in sometimes.
Playing in the back corner.
I'm looking for... Oh, it's over here. That's why. So we did not see any Amazons, any Bretonnians, any Chaos Dwarves. Did we see any Undead? Yeah, I don't think we've seen any Undead either. Hey, Luke. Welcome in. Yeah, I don't think we've seen any Undead. So that's 4 tier 1 teams right there we didn't see any of. We got Chaos, Pro Elves, High Elves, Humans, Kimmery, Necro, Nurgle. We had 1 Nurgle team. We had a couple Underworld. We had a couple Kislev. We did have a Vampire. So every tier 2 team is represented. And, of course, no tier 3 teams. We expected that. So 7 teams total not represented. I'm really surprised we didn't see an Undead team or a Chaos Dwarf team or a Amazon team. those three teams would normally do pretty decent in this format. Uh, they do decent. Well, Amazons don't do as well at higher level. Undead kind of slow down a little bit at higher TV, but lower to a little bit on the low side of mid-range TV. Amazon's Undead and Chaos Stores are really, really good. Chaos Stores, because you got a nice mix. You got the 6 pieces that are come block tackle right off the bat. You got the 2 bulls that can be really nice. You got all the hobgoblins that you can make do a number of different things, whether it's fouling or ball carriers or just assisters, whatever the case may be. So they tend to be really good because they've got a broader range of choices of what they can do and what they can use their pieces for. But Amazons are really good at this build because, like I said, unless you run against the Dwarf team, you're not going to have a team that's going to have a ton of tackle to hurt you. So you could start with 4. You technically could start your 4 blitzers and then get 4 line women that all have block as well. It wouldn't be the way to do it, but you could realistically have 8 blodgers on the field at a time, which would just be, at this TV, would be miserable for your opponent. Now, you're not going to take your 4 skills as block on line women, but if you did, you could potentially have that. So yeah, it was a pretty good mix of teams, though. Overall, I was kind of surprised to see a vampire team, but that's cool. We got to see a couple of Kislev teams. That's nice. Only, like I said, only one Skaven team kind of surprised me because of the gutter runners and how fast they are in a format like this. With having a resurrection and getting your pieces back, you can really do some fun things with Skaven. You know you're always going to have your 4 gutter runners at the start of every game, which is, just goes a little bananas. But we did see a lot of humans and lizards and wood elves, which you would expect to see. Lizards maybe not as much, but humans and wood elves definitely you would expect to see that. I think we only seen 1 dwarf team. That's kind of surprising. We see a couple orcs, a couple chaos, 3 or 4 Kimri, I think, if I remember right. A lot of necro, which kind of surprises me, like I said, not seeing the undead, but seeing all necro instead. I think we had 1 Nurgle team. Got you, Oni. No, they're not fast, but you don't need to be fast when you're all... there's a reason why Amazons win a lot of the tournaments on the tournament circuit and the major tournaments, because at that build level between 1100 and 1350, 1400, they're just really, really good. They're not overpowered. They're not quite to that point, but they're one of the better top teams. That's why they're a tier 1 team in most considerations, because of the amount of dodge that they have, and because they can have so much access to just having that blodge ability, or just the dodge even. It makes them such a frustrating team to play, and they can just be really good. Yeah, Brett's in tier 1 probably weren't the best, and Sir Madness is going to take a bunch of things into consideration for the next one, including how things went this first one, how people thought about everything, suggestions. There's a suggestions thread in the Discord. If you have suggestions about what you think the team should be in tiers, some should be changed or what, or if the skills should be different, however, any suggestions, plug it in there. He's going to take all that into consideration for the next one and potentially make some adjustments on the next one. And we could see the tier 3 teams getting a bit of a boost, so that we'll see potentially at least 1 or 2 of those teams come in a league. But yeah, I mean that's where it's at. So I think this is going to be a fun inaugural season. It'll be interesting to see how well it plays out. Hopefully it takes hold and people like it and want to keep doing it, and we keep this thing going, because I think it's a really good way to get coaches from around the world intertwined outside of the champs ladder. It's a good way for all these coaches to have a chance to get to play each other and see how coaches from around the world play, because not a lot of US coaches get to play a lot of the European based coaches or the Australian league coaches because of the time zone differences. Same with the European coaches. They don't get to play a lot of the European or the U.S. coaches, and vice versa. So this would be a nice format for hopefully some of those coaches to get the opportunity to play some of the coaches from different nationalities that they don't normally see, and broaden their scope of skill level that they're playing against, and not be so focused on one set area, of coaches and skill level that they keep continually play. So I think it'll be a fun season. I think it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I'm hoping it runs well and smoothly. I'm sure it will, and we'll keep tabs on how this goes. I probably won't do a preview show every week, but I will probably do another one maybe around week 4, at the start of week 4, just to kind of see where things are in terms of potential teams making the playoffs. And then after the group stage is over and the playoffs start, we'll do a preview of the playoffs and see how that goes. Once we get down to maybe the final 4, I will try, if I can, to live stream those games. It'll be hard because of the different time zones, so we'll just have to see how it plays out. But hopefully we'll be able to get some streaming in, some live stream casting of the games. All scheduling is done in Discord. Yes, there's no forums or anything like that. Yeah, I think a few people might have done goblins or halflings if they could have gotten the inducements, Oni, to have fun with it. See the group stage below. The playoff table will be qualified for the playoffs. The top 11 finishers, so the first place finishers, and then the 5 best second place teams between all groups. So that is how the other 5 will be done. It's the 5 best second place finishing teams. So there's your 16 for the playoffs. So with that said, we're gonna stop this recording for this preview. Like I said, we will be back on maybe in between weeks 3 and 4 to have a preview then, and just kind of look at the standings of each league and see what kind of teams, or what the teams are looking at for making it into the playoffs or trying to get into that playoff run, and we'll go from there. So we'll see everybody in about 4 weeks time. I will promote the video, the stream, and the recording for that once it gets a little closer to time. In the meantime, good luck to everybody that is in the league, in the tournament, and good luck in the group stage trying to qualify out. And if you do qualify out, good luck in the playoffs. And we will see everybody on the next recording and stream of this. Have a good one, everybody.